Hi, morning everyone. Thank you for staying connected and being part of the webinar. I'm Santosh Sharma over here, and I would like you to thank you for joining us with webinar on Microsoft Power Flow with Dynamic 365 Business Central. I am accompanied with Chanki Dayalani, who will be presenting for today. Before starting the webinar, I would like you to state that question and answer sessions we will be taking at the end of the session. If you have any questions, you can write on the chat box. We will be happy to assist you. And if you face any difficulty, please drop down your message on the chat box. So now let us start for the webinar. First of all, I would like you to give introduction of myself. My name is Santosh Sharma and I work as an entrepreneur at Outsourcing Pundit. Outsourcing Pundit is basically a Microsoft partner-centric company and we are into offsite staff augmentation for Microsoft portfolios. So we have resources for Microsoft D365 BC, Microsoft D365 FO, that is finance and operation, and Microsoft D365 CRM, wherein we have built up an e-commerce portal wherein you can log in and view all Microsoft D365 resources. You can log in into the system and view the resources, their skill set, and pricing for augmenting them for offsite locations. We augment resources as per their expertise and customer requirement. So basically, we have resources who have expertise not only into Microsoft D365 BC, Microsoft D365 CRM, and Microsoft D365 FO, but they also know how to integrate Microsoft D365 with Power BI, Power Flow, and also with machine integration. So we have set of skill resources who have different skill set. Now I will be handing over to Chanki Dayalani and who will be heading our webinar for today.
Good morning, friends. I am Chanki Dalani, your presenter for today, and I am an application developer for NAV and D365 Business Central. Our today's webinar is integrating Microsoft Flow with Dynamics 365 Business Central on cloud. So, as you all know, in recent times, Microsoft has launched many useful applications, one of which is Microsoft Flow. Before moving forward for understanding what is flow, let me give you a few examples regarding what we can achieve with flow. It's interesting actually. So you can create a flow that notifies you by email when someone sends a tweet that contains a keyword you specify. In this example that I gave, sending a tweet is the event and sending email is the action. So here we come to know that flow involves events and actions. The most common use of flow is to trigger notifications. Like suppose when a new lead is added to Microsoft Dynamics CRM, so with the automated workflow, you can send sales representatives an email or text messages with details about the lead. So let us move ahead with our agenda for today. We will be discussing today regarding what is flow, what is possible with flow, connecting flow with D365 Business Central, and how we can create and trigger flows with D365 Business Central. So coming to the point regarding what is flow and what is possible with flow, let us jump into the details of it. Here, Microsoft Flow is an app that is part of Office 365 suite, which allows you to automate your work by building workflows based on certain triggers and actions. As it comes in Office 365 suite, you will be required to use 365 credentials only. Through Flow, you can automate your work through many of the inbuilt connectors available for Microsoft apps like Teams, SharePoint, Dynamics 365, etc. Moreover, with Microsoft Flow, you can work less but do more. Our recommendation is that you use most up-to-date browser that is compatible with your operating system, and Flow supports browsers like Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer 11, Safari, Chrome, etc. Microsoft Flow supports email addresses that end with anything except .gov and .mil. Now, Microsoft Flow is usually a cloud service only. However, you can connect your on-premise services through your on-premise data gateway. Microsoft Flow connects to more than 100 data sources out of the box, out of which some are SharePoint, Dynamics 365, OneDrive, Twitter, etc. Moving forward, let us see how we can connect D365 Business Central and how we can trigger flows. But before that, let us see certain helpful tips. If you are working on cloud, then you need to log in with your O365 credentials only for Microsoft Flow. If you are facing any issues in connection through Flow, then you can check your Business Central administration, and inside that you need to check the OData fast step, and you need to verify whether your API services are enabled or not, your OData services are enabled or not. Also, you need to verify that OData base URL shouldn't be kept empty. Microsoft Flow comes up with up to 50 flows. If you need more, you can request further to Microsoft. Now, moving ahead, we will see how we can create a flow in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. As you can see, I have already logged on my screen with my O365 account, and now I will open a new website for Flow, flow.microsoft.com. You need to log in to Flow with your O365 credentials only. So I will sign in with that. Okay, so now I have logged into the Flow with my O365 account. Now this is the screen where you can define your flow. So as you can see, there are several tabs like Home, Approvals, My Flows, Templates, Connectors, Data, and Learn. Now the prerequisite for creating a flow is whenever you create a flow, there are certain connectors that are predefined by Microsoft that you need to connect first for creating a flow. Regarding templates, I will say that Microsoft has given many beautiful templates already readily available that you can use for your requirements. So these are the templates that are already provided by Microsoft, like send myself a reminder in 10 minutes, get today's weather forecast for my current location, save Office 365 email attachments to OneDrive or Business. These are many templates. With this, like save Office 365 email attachments to OneDrive for Business, what this connector does is whenever you get an email with an attachment in the email, that attachment is directly saved to your OneDrive account attached to your O365 account. So this was the small detail about what is how we can use templates. Now you will get more details when I create a flow with using the template or without a template. Now here you can see the action of my flows. I will click on it. Here it will show me the list of already available flows that I have created in past, and you can see also the team flows and business process flows. Now let us move ahead for creating a new flow for our, I will create a flow. Let me show you. Okay, so on this screen, as you can see, there is a button of new. For creating a new flow, I need to click on this button new, and you will see the options of create from template, automated from blank, instant from blank, scheduled from blank. Usually these first two are of most use for us. So if we want to create from template, then we can use the templates that I showed you in this section of templates. Or if you want to create your own flow directly from a blank, then we need to click on automated from blank. So we will click on automated from blank. Now this will be the next screen that will be available on your search box. Now as you can see, there are two options provided. You need to provide a flow name, and then you need to select choose your flows trigger. So first of all, let us, how, if we are working on Business Central, so what we will do is we will search for the available triggers for Business Central only. So here I will type in Business Central. So when I type Business Central, it will enlist all the triggers that are available for Business Central, like when a general line approval is requested, when a vendor approval is requested, when a record is deleted, when a record is changed. So these all are available triggers that are available in Microsoft Business Central. So for an example, we will take an example of when a record is modified. So I will click on this. I need to specify the name. Let us take the name as record is modified, or let us say for example, for item, we will see the flow for item table, item master, that when an item record is modified. So we need to specify name and select the trigger and then click on create. So flow, when a record is modified, my flow is created. So as you can see on the screen, there are two options. First is company name and table name. In company name, it will show the list of already available companies in your database. So I have two companies, one is Cronus USA and one is my company. So I will be showing you from Cronus. So I will select the company as Cronus, and I need to specify the table name. Here, the list that is visible to you, this list is coming from the development area, and these all are the pages that have the page type as API. So for flow, the prerequisite is the page type should be API. When you go to the development and you search for the pages that end with entity, you will see their page type is, most of them's page type is API. So these all are listed over here. So as we are working on the item master, we will select the items from the list, and we have selected company and table name. Now we will move forward to the next step. So the next step is to choose an action, that whenever a flow is triggered, what should happen with that flow. Do we want to set up it for an approval, or do we want to set up for notifications, or do we want to set any email attachments to our email ID, or if we want to send an notifications through Microsoft Office 365 to an email. So here I will show you an example of when a flow is triggered, it will send an email notification to the Office 365 account. So for that, I will select Office 365 Outlook. Now before that, let me show you, let me try to explain you that what are other options. As you can, if you want to go deep inside flow for specifying many conditions or loops, then that you can use with this control action. In the control action, it will provide you the options of looping with certain conditions and so on. So for now, let us take Office 365 Outlook, and we will select that what we want through Office 365 Outlook. So when a flow is triggered, we want that an email should be sent that notifies an item master is modified. So when you select that action regarding send an email, you will have to specify to whom the email should be sent, and you need to specify subject and body. So in 2, I will write my email ID. I will specify the subject that item is modified, and in the body I will specify the item number. So as you can see, there is an option of add dynamic content. Now what is dynamic content? The dynamic content, when I click on it, it enables this tab. Now this dynamic content will show you the fields. As previously I said, that when you want to create a flow, there are certain API pages that are required to be created in development. So in those pages, these fields will be available, whichever you take inside that page. So I will write the item number and select the number from this list, number, and I will write is modified. So this is it, our flow is created. Now we will save our flow, and now our flow is created. Now as you can see, there are two options to test our flow, with flow checker and with test. Flow checker will list the errors and warnings if there are any in the system, or sorry, in the flow. Now our flow is created. Let us move to the list of our flows and we will see. As you can see, I have two flows in my system. So if I want to disable any flow, how I can do that? There is an option. As you can see, there are three dots. I will click on it and I can turn off that flow. This is the recent flow that is just created by me. I just created this flow. Okay, so item record is modified, is created now. Now what I will do is, to see the functionality of this flow, I will go to my business central that I have already opened. Okay, so as we had created flow for items, so I will go inside item master. And select any item and try to modify any field. Like for an example, let us take this Paris guest chair. If there are any errors coming while you work with flow, then there is possibility to check that what goes wrong, that what went wrong with your flow. So you can troubleshoot your flow there itself. I will show you how if an error comes. So this is my item master, and as the inventory of this chair is 0, so let us try to change the base unit of measure from pack to, let us take as pieces. Something went wrong. Let me. Okay, so we are back to our item master. Okay, so again let us try to change the base unit of measure from pack to pieces. Okay, it's not allowing me to change. We usually face this type of error when we are running in incognito mode. So let us go back and select some other item. So I will go inside items. Let us check. Let us take this chair, London swivel chair. Okay, so the item category for this is chair and type is inventory. Let me try to change the type to non-inventory or service. Okay, it is not even allowing me this. Okay, as this inventory is there, it is not allowing me to change. Let us specify the shelf number, shelf 2. Okay, so now our record is modified. So as per the flow, we should get an email regarding item is modified. So we will check in our account whether we get an email or not. It usually takes 1 or 2 minutes for email. And first of all, we can check that whether our flow is running successfully or not. So this is our flow. I will click on this. Okay, so the run history shows me that there's a problem with flows trigger. See details to fix the issue. So when we click on it, it will show us the error, that what is the error in our flow. So it was the error of gateway timeout. Okay, so this error usually comes if we are logged in our incognito mode. We can just refresh our flow and try to change the item again, and we should be able to receive the email. Also, how we can check our flow, I will show you for troubleshooting. So this is where I will show you again from scratch. I will click on my flow, and inside run history I will see all the run history, and inside all runs I will check the successful runs, failed runs, running, cancelled runs, check no new data, and failed checks. In checks new data, no new data, you will see the history, that whether any flow was skipped or not. So this is our flow. I will click on it and check if anything is wrong. Okay, nothing seems to be wrong. We don't have any errors. I will try to test flow. I will perform the trigger action, test, and now I need to go and refresh my Business Central screen. Again, let us go inside this chair and let us try to modify the shelf number again. So here it was shelf 2. So instead of that, I will write shelf 10. Okay, so the flow is saved now. Now we should get an email. We will wait for just 1 minute. It seems to be certain problem with the gateway. Okay, so I think so there seems to be certain issue with the gateway. I'm not receiving any emails for now. Okay, so here it says the gateway timeout. I don't know what is the problem today with the gateway, but likewise, whenever you get an email, successful email, you will see the run history over here and it will show you the messages of succeeded. So what you can do is, if you suppose if a flow is succeeded, and again if you want to rerun your flow, then here you can see a button of resubmit, that whenever you click on it, it will again resubmit your flow and it will perform the actions that you have set up in your flow. Okay, so now we have received our email. There was certain problem in the gateway. So like this way you will get the email as we had specified the body regarding item number. It shows the message of item number. This is modified. So this was all about flow. So let us move ahead with our question and answer session. You can post your queries in the chat section and I will try to address as many as possible in this limited time.
So we are now open for the question and answer session. If you have any questions, please drop down our message on the chat box. We will be eager to solve your questions. We will be also circulating video of this webinar to your email IDs, and it will also be available on the social media account of Outsourcing Pundit. So I will request you all to follow us on social media account of Outsourcing Pundit, which are available on Twitter and LinkedIn. Yes, there is one question that we will be providing us the slide. So yes, we will be providing you the slide, and also whole webinar video we will be providing you. If you want to know more about this webinar in detail, if you want to know about this, we will be ready to help you out. So you can drop down us mail on reach at Outsourcing Pundit, which is mentioned, the email ID which is mentioned on the slide. If you also want to know about Outsourcing Pundit, then also we will be eager to help you out. We will be able to show, you can drop down us mail if you are interested, and we will be sending you a meeting invite. I would also like to thank you for being present throughout all this webinar. Do let me know if you have any other questions. So I think we are done for today, and we will be hosting other webinar series also within stipulated days, which we will be announcing on the social media account. So request you to follow us on Outsourcing Pandit account. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us. Look, we are looking forward for you to be present in other webinar series also. Thanks a lot. Thank you.